I always put the sugar in first. Some chefs like to put the water in and then the sugar. Add the water. This is not a recipe, I'm just cooking this to show you what we're doing here. Put your hand in there and get it wet. Can you all see that? I've got about a pound of sugar and about 3 ounces of water. When I was in school, we never used thermometers. Everything we do is by hand, by touch, by senses. So that's just what I'm comfortable with. And I know it works when I can feel that all my sugar is wet. Everybody got that? So now what I'm going to do is wash my hand off. You're going to go to the sink. And you have to wash the sides of the pot because, again, you can feel when there's no sugar on the sides. I don't care how, oh, I did it carefully, chef. I don't care about that. Go and just do it this way. Save yourself some aggravation. Induction. How many of you have used an induction or never used induction before? Let me just go over this with you. The cardinal rule is put them away clean. Put them away better than you found them. So we have the on button. It says add pan. Or powered. Come on. I need you to hold this pan. Oh, it's heavy, but I need you to hold it here so I can, okay, there we go, I want it tilted. So we can go in Fahrenheit, Celsius, or it just goes 1 to 100. For me, I like to go in Fahrenheit, and I like to turn it. 400 is high, 200 is medium. Everybody easy enough? Okay, thanks. In this class, we get a lot of sugar on our pots, and it's sticky and you don't always see it. Clean them, clean the cords. Sugar likes to go fast. You always want to cook it on the highest heat possible. When you are doing your caramel for the candies, though, we're going to slow it down a little. It'll get away from you. So on the caramels that I'm going to, the dried caramel, I'm going to go a little bit slower. So now what happens? Sugar is going to go through various stages. The water has to evaporate and concentrate. And it'll go through stages. You have to numb your finger and test this with your finger. You cannot always use a thermometer. A lot of times we don't have enough quantity for a thermometer. You won't hardly need a thermometer today. You will definitely on the taffy, but not on the caramel. So it's not even boiling yet, so I don't have to do anything here. But what's first going to happen as the water in all your candies, the firmness of the candy depends on how much water evaporates, how high you cook it. The softer the candy, the higher the moisture content. In a caramel, or let's say our toffee. Everybody that's had toffee, it's crunchy, shouldn't stick to your teeth, has next to no water in it. It's all evaporated and we've caramelized the mixture. If a candy oozes too much, we call it, well, whether it stands up or not, we call it stand-up quality. A Jolly Rancher has great stand-up quality. It's hard and firm. It doesn't move once you finish it. Caramels, like we're making today, they're going to have kind of a looser or softer stand-up quality. Does that kind of make sense? So if you're trying to make a Jolly Rancher, you don't want it with poor stand-up quality or it's going to stick to your teeth. It means you didn't evaporate enough water, you didn't cook it high enough. So you can use the thermometer, but we often are not making a large enough quantity to get a good reading on those. So you have to check by feeling the sugar. I know this clouds up and it's hard to see, but once all the sugar is dissolved and it's boiling, then I'm going to start numbing my finger. I only numb the top digit of my bird finger. I don't numb my whole hand. When you scoop, you have to scoop like a J. If you just go like this, it's going to slide right off your finger. So you have to scoop, keep something on your finger, and go right back in the ice. You go really fast with this. You don't leave your finger in the ice. I mean, in the hot water. Can you hear it? Everything's dissolved now. So now I've got to start numbing that one digit. Put this out, I don't want that real cold. Can you just give me another spoon?
Yes.
One that's not cold. I know you can't, that's okay, but you're going to be able to hear it. I want you to hear the sugar. It's very wet, it's very noisy right now. It's got to calm down as the bubbles calm down and the water evaporates. So you can, when you do this every day, you can just about hear when your sugar's at softball stage. Okay. So do you see this goo? See, that's a thread. Can everybody see it? I can't shape that yet, it's too this goes kind of quickly now. So I'm at the thread. This is when we make dragées. And I took it off the last time because we didn't really have time, but that is where you cook it to this stage, you add nuts, stir them, and it will give them a crystallized sugary coating. Some of you Southerners know that you've had the peanuts with them, sometimes they're dyed red. But then what we do is we melt that crystallized sugar on them and it caramelizes the nuts and they stay sweet and crunchy for a long time. So now we're looking for a soft ball. So I can shape this into a ball. Do you see that? So that's right. This is what you want for taffy. This is important today. It goes quickly. Don't rely on your thermometer, right? So you have to stir the mixture. So maybe you're making that as a team. Maybe one stirs and the other is testing. For a medium ball, you can tell it's firmer. You should be able to form it in a ball with one hand. When you use two hands, you're going to push it together. That's not a true test. Okay? And I should be able to kind of smush that ball. Okay, this is medium. It's a little firm. I should have left first. I kind of missed hardball and I'm already going to soft crack. Let me do that again for you. You see this? A little snap. Soft snap. Can you hear it? Do you hear how this is quieter? Now we're going for hard crack. Temperature-wise, it says this is right for toffee, but toffee is brown. So you just don't really rely on your thermometer where you have to go to color for the toffee. And you have to eat it to see if it sticks to your teeth. Okay, here it is. Listen, do you hear that? That's a much harder crack. Oops, I meant to have them in order and I got a little excited. When you are checking anything with dairy, it foams up a lot. Your taffy may, I can't remember if you need a bigger pot. Use a spoon. So here's how you use the spoon. You get some of your sugar, rest it in the ice water just to cool it, and then you do the same finger test. It'll stay on the spoon, but you have to very quickly get it off or it just sticks to the spoon, like mine, because I was talking. Don't hold it. Now I have to do it again, because it's all just stuck. So put in the ice and get it off right away. Okay. So on your toffee, you have to get it off, and when you test the toffee for eating, you have to get it off, get it cold, and then eat it. If it's warm, it's still going to stick to your teeth when it's warm. So now we're moving into caramel. Everybody see that? Can you stand up? Can you see we're yellowing? Can you smell it? Now it's uneven. So what you want to do is swirl the mixture. Yeah, I don't mind if you come up. Don't stir it or agitate it. Swirl the mixture so we have even color. Okay. Now how dark do you want to go? You'll see in a minute. I'll show you the chunks. And it's crystallized around my edges. When you cook to caramel, you don't want PBR color. You want a nice Sam Adams amber. You do not want Guinness. Okay? Guinness will taste burnt. Do you see the color? Caramel. It's going to make my pan warp. Can you grab the sides, Nancy, so it doesn't